Hello, my dear students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with the video containing Class 10 English chapter What is Moral Actions? Question and Answers. And yes, this is part 3 of the question and answer session. Earlier, part 2 question and answer sessions and the explanation of the lesson video have been uploaded in my channel, and I'll be sharing the link of the same all the three videos in the description box for your convenience. So let's see the part 3 session of question answers today, and let us discuss it. But before that, students, if you are viewing my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification of all the upcoming videos. To watch the video till end, and if you like it, hit the like button and share with your friends. So moving on to the question answers, we have be close study being in your textbook, and here you have read the following extracts carefully, discuss in pairs, and then write the answers to the questions given below them. So students, here you have an extract, a small extract from the chapter. On basis of this extract you have three sub questions, and you have to find the answers from this extract itself. Everything is there in this extract. It's just similar as you solve your seen and unseen passages. In the similar manner, the extracts are here. So let us quickly see the extract and then discuss the question answers. So the first extract given here is: the great Saint Teresa wished to have a torch in her right hand and a vessel of water in her left, so that with one she might burn the glories of heaven, and with the other extinguish the fires of hell, and men might learn to serve God from love alone, without fear of hell and without temptation of heavenly bliss. Okay, so this is the extract, students, and here we have questions based on this. So first sub question is: why did Saint Teresa hold a torch in her right hand? Okay, why did she hold the torch in her right hand? Just now we have read it. So the answer is: Saint Teresa held a torch in her right hand as she desired to burn the glories of heaven with the torch. Yes, she wanted to burn all the glories of heaven with the torch, because of that glories the man was becoming mean, and that is why he was working for it. So that is why that was the main purpose of Saint Teresa, that she was holding her torch in the right hand. Moving to next question from the extract: what does a vessel of water signify? Okay, so the answer is: a vessel of water signifies to extinguish the fires of hell. Okay, extinguish means to just off the fires of the hell. That means the cause, the problems which you have in the hell, she wanted to extinguish the fire which is burning in the hell. She wanted to off it. So that's why she was carrying a vessel of water. Then the third question: what was her message to humanity? What message did the Teresa give to the humanity? The answer is: her message to humanity was she wanted people to learn to serve God from love alone, without fear of hell and without the temptation of heavenly bliss. Okay, so very beautifully she gives the message to humanity that she wanted the people to learn to serve God from the love, from heart. She wanted the people to love God from their hearts, and not because they are fearing that, oh, what will happen when I go to the hell, or I'll be getting the punishment in the hell, or with the temptation of heavenly bliss, oh, there are so wonderful things in the heaven and I need to enjoy. For these purposes they should not work hard or love God. That will become again a selfish and a non-moral act. So what you have to do is you have to learn to serve God from the heart. You have to love God from your heart, not because of some fear or temptation. Okay, so this was the message mainly which Teresa wanted to give to the whole humanity. Okay, so let's move on to the next extract. Wherever he went in the course of his conquests, he took the Greek language and Greek culture, arts and manners, and today we enjoy the benefits of Greek civilization. It was all right that he was termed great. but moral he cannot be called. Okay, so again, this is an extract, and this extract again is also taken from your text, from your lesson itself. So we have again three sub questions from this extract. Let us see one by one. So, who does he refer to? So, just now we have read the extract. So, what and who is he referred to here in this extract? The answer is he refers to the Greek Emperor Alexander the Great. Okay, yes, students, we have just learned in the lesson also, and we know that it is about Alexander that we are talking in this extract. Next, B1. What is his contribution to mankind? Okay, what contributions has he made to mankind? So answer is his contribution to mankind was he took the Greek language and Greek culture, arts and manners to different parts of the world, thereby enabling all of them to enjoy the benefits of Greek civilization. Okay, so this was the main contribution to mankind from Alexander, that he took all the Greek language and Greek culture, arts and manners, whatever he had learned, he knew, to the different parts of the world. And there also he spread this language, this manners, this knowledge, and that has enabled everybody to enjoy the benefits of Greek civilization. Various things, various arts, and everything was learned by the people of different parts of the world. It was just because of Alexander the Great, because he had carried this to different parts of the world. So this is how it is, the contribution he has made to the mankind. Okay, moving to the next question. Why does not Gandhi consider him moral? Okay, so here, why is not Gandhi considering Alexander to be a moral person, or whatever he has done as a moral act? So let us see the answer. The intention of Alexander behind all this was only conquest and renown. Therefore, Gandhi does not consider him moral. Okay, so earlier we have seen in the chapter what is moral act and what is non-moral act. So here, the intention of Alexander was only conquest and renown. But although he has spread the so much of knowledge to the different parts of the world, but the ultimate motive or the intention behind all this was just to have conquest, power and renown, name and fame. So thus he cannot be considered as moral. Okay, I hope students you are clear with these two extracts and their sub questions, and you are also able to find out the answers now. Okay, now moving on to the next question, next main, that is paragraph writing. This is a bit long answers, and you have to discuss in the groups and answer the following questions. Again, you can make note down the points if you want, and then you can develop into a paragraph. Okay, so here I have bought a paragraph for you all. You, according to your convenience, you can wrote it down in the points, and you can remember in that manner. Okay, so let us discuss first the questions and then answers. So the question is, write on Mahatma Gandhi's comments on action prompted by motive of happiness in another world. Okay, so here we have to make a comment on Gandhiji's action on unprompted by motive of happiness. Like he says, you are prompted, like you want to have the happiness in the another world, so you are acting accordingly now in this world to achieve that happiness of the another world, that is after your death. You are doing good deeds here. So what does Gandhiji has to comment on this, that you have to write here. So let us see with the many examples which he has given in the lesson. So answer is, an action done by the motive of material gain here on earth is non-moral. So also done for considerations of comfort and personal happiness in another world is non-moral. The action is moral, which is done only for the sake of doing good. And Saint Francis Xavier prayed passionately that his mind might always remain pure. For him, the devotion of God was not for enjoying a higher seat after death. He prayed because it was man's duty to pray. Okay, so let's see this first paragraph first. So here he says that we come to know through the chapter, through the lesson when we read it, that an action done by a motive, like to gain some profit, or maybe it is a material gain when you are doing it on the earth, then it becomes a non-moral. When you are doing something to earn something in return, then it becomes non-moral act. This is on the earth. So also done for consideration means in the similar manner, if you are doing anything to have comfort and personal happiness in the another world, that is after your death, for there if you need personal happiness and comfort, and for that purpose if you are doing some good deeds now, then again it's a non-moral act. Okay, and that action is moral, that can become moral, which is done only for the sake of doing good. If you're just doing for the sake of doing good and you don't have any intention or any uh, a motive of happiness behind that, then it is a good act or it is a moral act. So here we have an example of Saint Francis Xavier, who prayed very passionately, wholeheartedly, that his mind will always remain pure. For that purpose he used to pray. And for him, the devotion of God was not for enjoying the higher seat after death. Means he did not love God or he did not have devotion towards God because he wanted a higher seat in after the death in the next world. No, he just prayed because it was man's duty to pray. He knew that man has come in this world, God has sent him, and he has sent him to pray. So it's my duty to pray, and that is why he was praying. So there was no selfish motive in his praying. Okay, so similar way, next paragraph. Saint Teresa wished to have a torch in her right hand, and a vessel might burn the glories of heaven, and with the other extinguish the fires of hell, and men might learn to serve God from love alone, without fear of hell, and without the temptation of heavenly bliss. Commenting upon great men who have sacrificed the values of for their ambitions, Gandhiji says that with one mean act they have wiped out all their good deeds. This just shows how difficult it is to judge the morality of man's action because we cannot penetrate the depths of his mind. Okay, so similarly, here we have Saint Teresa who had always wished to keep a torch in her one hand and vessel that might burn all the glories of the heaven and extinguish the fires of hell, and so that she wanted that men should learn how to serve God, how to love God without any profit motive or without any fear of hell. Okay, so that was her intention. Then other than that, even Gandhiji comments that to great men who have sacrificed their lives, their values, their for their ambitions, and they have just done one mean thing, one mean act, and that has wiped out all their good deeds. Just one small thing they have done which was wrong, and all the good deeds which they had done was wasted. This shows that it's so difficult to judge the morality of the man's action because we cannot penetrate the depths of his mind. So we cannot see and say that the act which is done by a person is good or bad, is a moral or non-moral, because we do not know what is going on there in the mind, what is the intention behind that act. So it's really difficult to judge somebody's morality. Okay, so this is how we can write a comment on Mahatma Gandhi's action prompted by motive of happiness in other world. Okay, you can jot down just in small points also, and you can remember it. So moving on to the next question. Why does Gandhi say that a moral act should be done without compulsion? So, students, when we read the chapter, we come across that Gandhi said that a moral act should be done without any compulsion or pressure from above. Why? So, let's see the answer. Gandhiji says that a moral act should be free from fear and compulsion. He says that there is no morality whatsoever in a person's act if he rises early out of the fear that if he is late to his office, he may lose his situation. Similarly, there is no morality in his living a simple and unpretentious life if he has not the means to live otherwise. Okay, so here we'll see first paragraph. Ho Gandhiji says that moral acts should be free from fear and compulsion. Should not have any fear of somebody, nor you should have some compulsion or pressure from above. He says that there is no morality if a person rises early out of the fear that if he reaches office late, he will lose his situation or lose his job or his post. If with this fear he is getting up early and going, then this act cannot be considered as a moral act. Similarly, he says that there is no morality in his living a simple or an unpretentious life if he has not the means to live otherwise. Okay, then he says if a person is living a simple life, a poor life, a plain life, because he's not having any other option, because he's not having any other way to live, and that is how he's just forced to live that life, then that is not a moral act. Okay, so we have seen that earlier. He says if you are a wealthy person, if you are having all luxury and comforts, and even then if you are living it and coming to your plain life, then it will become a moral act. Similarly, we have the same thing in the second paragraph. Let it see. A plain, simple living would be moral if, though wealthy, the person thinks of all the want and misery in the world about him and feels that he ought to live a plain, simple life and not one of ease and luxury. Okay. Similarly, same thing that if he is wealthy and he is living all his luxury life just because thinking of the misery of the world and he decides to live a plain life, then it can be considered as a moral act. Okay, so, likewise, it is only selfish and not moral of an employer to sympathize with his employees or pay them higher wages lest they may leave him. It would be moral if the employer wished well of them and treated them kindly, realizing how he owed his prosperity to them. Okay, so there's one more example. It is only selfish and it is not a moral act if an employer or an owner is giving employees a higher wages. Why he is giving? Because if I don't give them higher wages, they will leave the job and go. Then I'll be in trouble. So if he's giving them higher salary with this motive, then it is just a selfish and it is not a moral act. So he should feel from inside, yes, no, yes, these are my workers and I should be a well wisher for them. I should look for the prosperity, I should help them, I should make them happy, and it's my duty to give them higher wages. If with this intention he's giving them more salary, then it becomes a moral act. But if he's just giving because they should not leave the job and go, then it will not be a moral act and it will become a selfish act there. Okay, students, so I hope with I made clear with all this question and answers. And if you found it as interesting and informative, do hit the like button and share with your friends. We'll be back soon with more such videos. Till then, take care and stay safe. Thank you.